Good morning. How you doing today? J.R. Fisher here, and it is a nice, bright, sunny day here in Georgetown, Texas. I want to welcome everybody here and encourage you to be part of the conversation. Use that chat box. If you're not watching live, you can always use the comment section down there. I come back and I answer any questions you guys have. Today, we got a pretty exciting thing because today I'm going to show you things you can do that will increase your income, and you don't need any more customers. I mean, with the same customers you already have, you can increase your income. So that's pretty exciting. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there. Turn it from red to gray. Don't forget to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or if I upload a video. So we're going to talk about lowering your cart abandonment. Lowering your cart abandonment. Now, what is this stuff? Let's dig right into this stuff. And like I said, if you have questions along the way, you just want to say hi, whatever, put it in the chat box. We don't have a time schedule. We can do whatever we want. Normally go for about 30 minutes, but I can go longer. I can go shorter. I can go in different directions, whatever you guys want. So not a problem there. But what it basically is when somebody adds something to their cart and then they leave the e-commerce store before they make a purchase. Oh, that's so terrible. And guess what? It happens more times than if they check out. As a matter of fact, it's been reported that it could be 70 to 80% of the time they just leave. All right. So why do they do that? Well, that's what we're going to get into today. And I'm going to show you things you can do that are so simple, so easy, and they're going to increase your income today. I mean, today. So all you have to do is already have a few sales. All right. So we know what they're doing. We don't really know why they're doing it, though. It starts at the point where they initiate an order, but they abandon the cart, okay, without completely doing their order, and they don't check out. If one item is added to the cart but isn't purchased, it's called abandon, okay? So let's get our definitions down right, because we're going to have to calculate what our cart abandonment rate is in just a second. And that is a key performance indicator. Okay. That is a KPI that you need to look at. It's a very important one for e-commerce. Now, the way you calculate it is you put the transactions completed on the top, you draw a line underneath, and you divide it by the transactions initiated. So if you had one sale for every 100 that go on there, you would obviously have a 1%, okay, sale rate, or 99% abandonment rate. That would be pretty high too. We don't want that. But what can we do here? This will at least give you an overall rate to look at so you can decide what you need to do. The first thing you can do, which I did this, I guess about a year ago. I had it on most of my site, but I had it as a qualifier, and that is to give free shipping. This is one of the number one things you can do. Amazon Prime does this. And I buy a lot of stuff off Amazon for that reason. Now, I rationalized, which I shouldn't have, that I couldn't really do it all on every single product because I had some lower cost products and I didn't have the profit margins to where I'd make a profit on it. And that would be like if somebody bought a single can of our meat. We sell survival food in their canned meats. And I said, well, shoot, the can itself cost me $10 to ship and I'm selling the can for $15. That's a tough one. So what I did is I upped the price just a touch, not much, to where the shipping would just wash out. In other words, whatever I was charging in shipping, I didn't make anything on the product. I just got the product to the customer. Now, why would I do that? Well, because the reason they would buy one can is to sample it. And once they sample it and try it, I know they're going to buy more. So it was beneficial for me to just go ahead and say, let's just give free shipping on everything. Prior to that, I had, I think, $100 or $200 minimum order they had to do. And I just quit doing that. I said, it's not going to work. I can get more sales and it makes more sense. The shipping fee actually creates a psychological difference when you're online and customers are passing through your checkout process. If you have a defined policy for shipping, make sure you present it on your website. Now, some of you may be saying, well, I can't do that because I just don't have the profit. Why don't you up the price of your product? Why don't you do that? Okay. That's something you could do. Or you could have flat rate shipping. If you want to do that, like $5 or $3 or whatever it is. But it's really important to be transparent with your customers when you have to do with shipping, because man, you can upset them, and man, they will leave that cart pretty fast. It's the number one reason that there's cart abandonment is shipping. So, that's the first thing we should do is target that. If we can do that, I think you're going to see more sales overall. You may lose some money on some products, okay? But overall, your overall sales will go up and you'll be better out. Now, the next thing is, and this is something that slows people down, is websites that require you to set up an account. So they don't have a guest checkout. You got to have a guest checkout, guys. Not everybody wants to set up an account on your site. And you say, well, that way I can capture all their information and I can market to them. That's true, but you're going to miss some sales. And if you're missing some sales because some people will not do it, overall, you're worse off. So what you want to do is make sure that they have a guest checkout. When you enable a guest checkout feature, it will also help you speed up your checkout process because it does go faster. And the faster somebody can go through this process, the more they're going to buy or the more likely they're going to be to buy. You can always ask your customers to sign up or create an account for additional promotions once they've completed their purchase. It is a win-win for everybody. So don't make them do it. Don't make them set up an account. Enabling this guest checkout will help you reduce friction for buyers, and friction is the number one thing that causes them not to buy. It's been proven to reduce shopping cart abandonment by a considerable margin. Everyone is different. Big brands like Barnes and Noble, though I don't know how much longer they're going to be around, they offer guest checkout options. Almost all of them do at this point. So if these big companies are doing it, they must have discovered something. You should do it too. Number 3, another big one, offer multiple payment solutions. And if you notice, guys, the things I'm giving you today are simple things. These are not hard things to do. If you do these things, you're going to make more sales. I mean, just simply make more sales. Why wouldn't you want to do that, right? So like I said, the next one is offering multiple payment solutions, as many as you can. Have PayPal, have Amazon Pay, have Google Pay, have every single credit card, have, American Express, have them all. Now, some of you are shrinking away from some of these because you're going, well, American Express charges me 3.5%. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But would you rather have a lower profit on a product or no profit on a product? I mean, that's up to you. I mean, I use them all. I use PayPal. I use Stripe. I don't like them all, but I use them all because I want it to be convenient for the person coming to my site. And if it's convenient for them and it's easy for them, they're going to spend more money. You got to make it comfortable for them. It's a good practice to offer a mix of a few payment processors so that your online customers don't leave your store due to lack of payment options. Really important. Now, some people will only pay with PayPal. That's it. That's all they'll do. You can even onboard third-party payment processors if need be. Providing your customers with more than one payment solution is a great way to reduce your cart abandonment. And there's so many out there now. I mean, there's Stripe and PayPal, Google Pay, Square, Apple Pay, Amazon Pay. There's so many of them. It's ridiculous. But the more you do it, the more options you have, the better off you're going to be. And guys, don't forget to use that chat there. I don't see people doing that. That's really important that you do that. Even if you're not watching live, you can use the comment section. Let me get a little sip there because I'm a little stopped up here today. All right, next thing. Number 4, use exit intent pop-ups. I love these. These make me so much money. And I know they make me money because what I do on mine is when they go to leave, I'll say, wait, don't leave. I'll give you an additional 10% off, totaling 50% off or whatever it is. If you use this code within the next, hour, 2 hours, 24 hours, whatever you want. They work so well. And I know they work because I have a lot of people who buy who have applied that discount. So that tells me right there, it's working. They were going to leave. I had one yesterday and it was a $1,990 sale, $1,990 sale. And they were leaving and that pop-up came up and they used the code because it came out to $1,791, which I know they used the code, but look, I picked up $1,791 because I had that pop-up. You got to use these exit intent pop-ups. They got to offer them something, at checkout, because if they're leaving anyhow, you're not going to sell them anything. So you might as well do it. You got to put these on every web page if you want to bring down e-commerce cart abandonment. To effectively use these pop-ups, you can add them to your product and checkout pages alongside providing a deal, a coupon, whatever it is, okay? Now, I like to use Kartra, and I can use a Kartra pop-up on any page I have on my Magento site. I would highly recommend Kartra, as a matter of fact, probably the best digital marketing software there is out there. And if you look down in the description after this video is posted, if you're watching it live, it won't be there. You're going to see a link to Kartra. All you have to do is click that link, watch the video. You don't have to put your email in. You don't have to put your credit card in. Just watch the video. When you watch this video, you're going to want it. And since you use my affiliate link, you will get it for, I think, $1 for 14 days, $1, or maybe it's free now. But it's a good deal. So check it out. Next thing. All right, are we doing okay? We doing good? Yeah, we're good on time. Yeah, we're at 10:12, about halfway through. Number 5, simplify your checkout process. Don't make this complicated, guys. What's the average time for a shopper to complete a purchase in your store? Most entrepreneurs don't even think this way. The best way to do this is by analyzing and evaluating your checkout process of your completion. So feel free to use different tools. There's forms, surveys. You can collect the data. Use various A/B testing plugins on your website to accomplish this desired goal. But bottom line is figure it out. Know what it is. You're going to want to simplify the checkout process as much as you possibly can to make it easy for buyers to buy from your store. There's, a whole lot of different best practice things you can do and you can follow to improve your checkout process. You can A/B test single page and multiple page checkouts to determine what works best for you. But I like it really simple and quick. Okay. According to a case study, switching from multiple page checkouts to a single page checkouts yielded significant improvements. So if you're using multiple pages right now, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Use a single page where they can put everything on one page and they don't have to keep clicking. It just slows it down. Excuse me. Next thing up, use trust signals. What are trust signals? I want you to use tactics that establish and build trust in a potential customer, especially if you're asking them to fill out a transaction form. For instance, adding trust signals on your site can go a long way in improving your shopping cart abandonment rate. People are going to be hesitant when adding their credit card details and other personal information. It's only natural. Okay. They don't want to get ripped off. They don't want to get scammed. So you need to understand their hesitance and give them a reason to trust you. You can do it. I mean, it's really simple, really, to reassure potential customers. All you got to do is on multiple stores use these, as a matter of fact, is add these to your websites, the little trust badges. Okay. Letting them know that you're going to protect their information. A trust badge is a symbol placed on your website that ensures your visitors that the page is legitimate and that all their data is collected through secure third-party service providers. And if you do that, they're going to be more likely to put their credit card in. They're going to go, well, okay, I'm pretty safe. A trust seal company agrees to place their badge on your website, confirms that your business is authentic. Therefore, users know that all processes taking place on your website are safe and secure. So, just contact one of these companies. There's a whole bunch of them that do it. But once you do that and you've got that little verified check on there, man, it makes a big difference, guys. It really does. The results are nothing short of astounding. As a matter of fact, some sites have reported that they will see a 42% increase in sales by just adding a trust badge. Pretty amazing. So that's something I would suggest too. There's several out there, just so you know. There's the Norton seal. Matter of fact, I'm going to put all of these in the chat area. So those of you who aren't watching live, you want to open the chat box and show it, and then you're going to see all of these listed in there. Let me put it over here real quick. And these are the companies that actually sell these. Very economical. I highly recommend it. Let's see here. Here we go. That should be going across now. Yes, they're all listed there. They got a little dot between them. But those are some of the top ones. You got Norton Seal, McAfee Seal, Google, PayPal, Better Business Bureau, GeoTrust, all of them. They all work really good. And it confirms that familiar trust seal. Those from Visa and MasterCard, you can use those. They help instill more trust around users. If you don't want to reduce if you do want to reduce shopping cart abandonment, you can't go wrong by adding these trust seals and badges. They don't hurt a thing. Okay. They don't scare off anybody. We're doing good. What are we, 10:16? You get it maybe a couple minutes early, but I want you guys to put any questions in there that you have too. I will certainly entertain those, so feel free to do so. All right, next thing, using a progress indicator. These are pretty cool, and these are something that are, come with software. I know Cartray has them built in, so you can do that. People hate checkout lines, both digital and physical. They just don't like them. I go to Starbucks and get coffee, and I see so many people come in there and sit down. and order from their phones. So they don't have to stand in that line and then they call out their name and they walk up there and get it. They don't want to be in line. They don't mind being there that physical amount of time. They just don't want to be in line. Okay. So you can do the same thing. It's like standing in line. You at least see where you're at in the line. In a digital line, people often have to go through the hated process of flipping page after page and filling out information without knowing when they're going to be done. You need a process indicator on your website that lets an average customer know how long till the transaction is completed. So that's another important thing. Progress indicators are designed to improve the quality of the checkout process, and they work, guys. The process bar doesn't help reduce shopping cart abandonment as a whole, but it's also usability feature. Okay, so it does two things for you. It's very, very helpful. It's hard to discount the power of this process bar, and you've seen it, step 1, step 2, step 3, and you can see where you're going to, so you know how much further you've got to go. Domino's does this. They do a really great job of using the progress bar, letting people know about not just how far they are from completing their order, but also where it's reached. The Domino's tracker is more than a progress bar now. It's a full-blown usability feature. And they actually, track it from the time they get it to the oven, to the time it comes out of the oven, to the time they're boxing it up. So they have all these different steps, and you can see it. If you go into Domino's, they actually have it up on the wall, and you can see the steps on the wall there on this big board, your name and the steps going through to the actual delivery of the pizza. And I think that's pretty cool because I don't get pizza very often, but when I do get it, I can go in there and look up on the wall and go, okay, there's no sense in going up to the counter yet because it's not ready, right? So it's very helpful. Very, very helpful. Number 8, I think we're up to now, is thumbnails to show items in the shopping cart. People need to know what they're buying. I was just buying something for my daughter for Christmas, and no, it's not late. She returned it. I'm buying something else to replace it. And I got to the shopping cart and it had a picture of the 2 items. I'm like, great, that's it. It showed the color of it and everything because they both came in different colors. So I could look over there and see it, and that kind of confirms things in my head. This is something you need to do on your shopping cart. To combat the problem, you need to make sure that thumbnails of every product in the cart are added throughout the checkout process. That way people know what they have. I'm doing a cruise right now. We're going on Carnival. Not my favorite cruise line for food, but it's a big group of us. It's 400 of us. So it's the only cruise line that can accommodate us. And I'm buying stuff for the room, some sodas and drinks and stuff like that. And when I get to the checkout page, they have pictures of, that's the 12 sodas for $40 or whatever it is. So there's a picture there and it confirms what I'm buying. 86% of the top 100 e-commerce site now use thumbnails. Okay. If they're doing it, why not you? Why not you? Okay. If you're not doing it, these are easy fixes, super easy fixes. Number 9, another big one is you want to improve your page load times. Now you're probably going to get a little confused on doing some of this. So I would say to you, hire somebody if you need to. There's plenty of ways you can use to speed up, your WordPress website. But before you get started, it's important to understand the factors that websites slow down. In other words, why do they slow down? Ideally, you don't want to choose a dedicated e-commerce hosting provider such as Cloudways. One of the greatest examples is Linda Crochet Tricot. She's an e-commerce platform that specializes in fabric production, but she switched to Cloudways and saw a major shift in her overall performance. So make sure you're picking a good one. Don't go, well, this is the cheapest provider there is. Find out about their page load times. Okay, do a little bit of research. Don't just say, hey, I got a hosting company. It's the cheapest one I could find. It's $3 a month. Don't do that. Okay, I think Bluehost is probably the best one for e-commerce sites if you're using WordPress. And of course, Shopify is just great. So you don't have to worry about it because they're doing the hosting. Next one, number 10, create abandonment cart email flows. All right, now what is this? Writing impactful abandonment cart emails is critical. And that's what we do. If somebody goes to their cart and they don't buy something, they get an email, okay? And it says, hey, go back here and buy this product. According to research from Sales Cycle on 500 of the world's top brands, 44.1% of the abandoned cart emails are opened by users. More importantly, almost a third of the clicks on abandoned cart emails 29.9% eventually result in a recovered cart. So that's something I think you should do. Let me see here. I'm down to the end, but there's a couple other things I want to talk about with you guys. You got to know these numbers too, by the way, and I want to go through some real quick. And numbers can be boring, but they can also be exciting. 90% of online shoppers abandon their carts due to slow load times. So if that is your problem, that's a big fix right there, okay? Prolonged checkout lines more than 30 seconds and you're going to lose your customer. So right there, that one item, if you have slow load times, could be a 90% loss in your sales. Think about that. Think about that. Global cart abandonment rate stands at 76%. I told you in the beginning of this, 70, 80%, but globally it's 76%. Almost 50% of the cart abandonment emails are open. So if you're not sending these cart abandonment emails, saying, hey, go back and buy this product, or here's a little bit more of a discount or something, you're missing out. By using personalized retargeted ads, companies can increase the return on investment by 1,300%. 1,300%. For more on this, you can go through my channel. I've got 1,300 videos on there, and we talk about all these different things. So think about it. You want to build up the trust, okay? You don't want to have these high shipping costs. You don't want to make it complex for your customer. You want to make sure you've got all the payment solutions. And I'm just going over some of the things I covered. A frequent online shopper doesn't mind comparing the prices of different products on different websites. So don't have the highest price. You don't have to have the lowest, but don't have the highest. Be transparent about your shipping policies and what you're going to do. And if you can offer free shipping, guys, and oh my God, if you can offer free shipping, it's so important. Get rid of that requirement of requiring them to set up an account. We don't want to do that, guys. That's not what we want to do. That progress indicator, I think, is another big thing. There's so many different trust signals. All these things that I went through today are so very important to you increasing your sales. So make sure you're doing it. Paul, I just saw you there, buddy. How many abandoned emails do you send? We don't send many. We send usually 2. So it's not a lot. But I tell you what, we get a lot of sales off it. It was like I said, I don't know if you were here in the beginning, Paul, but I had one, I woke up to it and it was a $1,990 sale, and they were leaving the page and the pop-up came up and we gave them a discount code and they ended up spending $1,791. So, I spent a little over $200, to keep that sale, but it turned out to be a $1,791 sale. So, it was well worth it. I like the idea of free shipping over a certain price point. Yeah, I did that for years, but I just went to free shipping on everything. So some products I do lose some money on now. The small cans that we're sending out, they're basically sample cans because it costs so much to ship them. They're so heavy. However, I know that, that's not the reason they're buying that, is so that they can try the product. And I also know that if they try the product, they're going to buy more. It's really, really good. We have almost a 90% purchase rate when somebody gets a sample can. So it's well worth it. So if I lose a little bit of money on those cans, I don't care, because I know they're going to come back and get a case. So that's very important to us too. Guys, all of these little tweaks that I tell you about on a daily basis, they all matter. And there's literally hundreds and hundreds of them, maybe thousands that I've given to you at this point. So make sure, I know you maybe you can't implement all of these today, but implement one of them today. Just pick one and say, I'm going to do that one today. I'm going to take care of that one today. I'm going to get that one done. And I think you're going to be a whole lot better off. You'll be a whole lot happier. I am going to be going on a cruise and I will be out of the country from, I think, the 26th to the 5th, something like that. But I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I'm going to be going live on the ship. I'm going to be sharing with you some of the activities we're doing. This is a digital marketer cruise. Paul, you know all about it. You're not there. Don't know why you're not there, but you've got to have a good reason, Paul. You've got to have a good reason. But I'll share some of that with you. I know we're going to San Juan, Puerto Rico. We're going to Dominican Republic. I think we're going to St. Martin, St. Thomas. So we're going to quite a few islands. It's an 8-day trip, so it's a pretty long trip. Let's see. I love binge watching the older videos to cover basics. Well, good, buddy. Yeah. And the basics are the things we forget and we stop doing. I can't count how many times I said, well, I used to do that and it worked really good, so I quit. It's like, go back to doing the simple things, right? Get another sip here real quick. So anyhow, that's what I got to share with you today. I hope you got something out of it. We're about at our 10:30 stop point, which is where I try to be. I will be here Wednesday again, and I'll be here Friday again. So Wednesday and Friday, I will be around. We got new videos coming out this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Brand new videos coming out. Good stuff. We did post that one on the mastermind I did in Las Vegas. You may want to check that out. That is live on the channel now. That's pretty cool. We take you to what's the name of that? There's a club there. I can't even think of the name. It slipped my mind now. But quite an impressive club. I looked at one of the condos they were selling there. It was $14 million. And people live at this place. It's really cool. Gosh, I can't think of the name of the club now. Anyhow, it's on the video. Check it out. Look on my channel. You'll find it. Put something in in the comments that you found it. Okay. Have a great week ahead, gang. Thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate that. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you on Wednesday. What's this here? When is Jason's next mastermind? Oh, that's actually at the end of this month. I think it's 21st. So I can't go to it because I'm leaving a few days after that. So I'm missing out on that one. He sent me the information on it the other day. But I'll get to one of his other ones. That's for sure. All right, guys. You guys have a great day. I'm out of here, and I'll see you real soon.